Brain feels fried, no matter how. What's up, guys? Let's talk about, let's make about a 10-minute video about the revolution. The revolution. Steps you can take, or at least we think we can take, to solve the main problems of disharmony, dis-ease, cancer, all kind of shit. What a few of us have actually thought this through and thought, what am I gonna do realistically with myself if no one else will? That's gonna help change something, because it's hard to explain it. You just get an idea. I live in a pretty classy area, so it's not like I see filth of society. I guess everyone's dressed nice, everything's nice, people have nice cars. It's just you can still feel off the environment as a whole that there is there is disease. I've also been in the city a few times. Depression, anxiety, all kinds of different problems, square problems, has to do with density consciousness, and there's such thing as mass hysteria. Social vibes, social moments that are hysterical, drive you crazy. So, on my path back in 2013 or 14, I found out I saw this little video. It said release fear and guilt, and I was like, interesting. So I clicked on it. It was the 396, and it was this tone. And I guess I took some time with it. I would wait till no one was around, because you'll find out if you mess with those, usually people don't want to hear it. It bugs them out. You'll see people when they first hear those tones, they'll be like, what are you listening to? What are you doing? It's really weird, but people want those off. You'll find people do not want you playing those. It's really strange. It's all love out here. So, play those, right? There's a whole spectrum of them, from 174 hertz is the lowest. There's also random ones you can find, the Venus Goddess frequency, which is 221.23 hertz. That is the Venus frequency. You can attract the Venus planet energy into your household through your TV or phone. These things are all free on YouTube. Fortunately, we have not had to pay too much for these yet, other than what it costs to have a phone or YouTube, because most of it's on YouTube. Stuff does not give me that high anymore. It used to. HRC is good. It just doesn't. After a while, you lose track of what the good highs. You lose track of those spaced out highs where you're gone. You lose track of that. A Taurus, wonderful. Chucky, bro. Chucky, bro. So anyways, I'm just the clown here doing my thing, but day to day, I've been playing my music. If I'm listening to a song, if it's brand new, if it's something I want to check out, I'll go ahead and listen to it. But I'll go ahead and type it in. I'll just type in 432 with the song, because I listen to my music on YouTube. I have the earphones. I just plug it in my iPhone and I just listen to it on YouTube. I don't have Spotify or any of that kind of stuff. I can't find these different harmonic pitches and tones on Spotify. I can't find them on there. Or Apple Music or wherever else you would listen to music. I just go to YouTube. So, I mean, I'm saying, so, yeah, they work. That's the weird part. From hormone balance to touching on the eye of intuition to chakra balance. There's all kinds of stuff it puts off into the environment. It works. Like, the stuff works. It's really weird. It spreads it on out to local trees, plants, nature, environments. Trees grow faster. Your muscles grow faster. You get bigger muscles. I mean, I don't even work. I barely work out, and I'm having great cell rejuvenation, or whatever you want to call it. Cell growth. Great cell growth. I mean, like, I'm doing okay. Yeah. Yesterday I ate a ton of food, so that's probably why I feel like that today. Food, you'd be surprised, like, food will have you feeling happy. No matter what, unless it's like sugar. If you stick to like the energy of foods, like not those kind of carbs, preferably a balance of like, I don't get a ton when I eat like greens. If I just sit around and eat kale and spinach, I don't get a ton of energy. I get like little smarts and little clarity of mind, but nothing crazy. Like the fruits. The fruits is what gets me like going. Like, if I sit there and down like tomatoes, mangoes, oranges, pineapples, like whatever it is that I'm eating, some big smoothie like full of mostly vegetarian stuff, tons of fruits. The fruits are what really gets me. But if you just eat meals, like a full day eating like a good old at least 2,000 calories, like you feel like better. There's been so many times where I eat either less, and then I have that one day where I eat like 2,500, and then I eat less than that, less than 2,000 for days, and then I have that one day where I go over 2,500. You know, but there's not much in between with my diet. You know what I mean? So, Chucky, bro. Wonderful. So, those things work. I mean, they work. They're weird, but they work. It brings you back a little bit more to when you were like a kid. Like, it gets you more creative. Now, you want to mix it with other stuff. You want to like be reading books and be dabbling with yoga. You don't want to rely on any one thing. You want to be well-rounded in this revolution of the mind. But realistically, in the 2030s and the 2040s, society might be different as a whole. Does that make any sense? Like, things might be different. There might not even be media sources to cover this. But things are probably going to be pretty different in like 15 years from now and on to 20 years from now. So I'm 27. I just turned 27 about a month ago. About a month ago, I just turned 27. You know what I'm saying? Big old 27. But, very clever. Let's take a second. Very clever. The Humorous Club, very clever. Very clever. Cowboy's tie, very clever. All right. Some good old bald guy Cowboy's tie. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Oh my gosh. That's not okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what? I don't understand that. The shittiest thing. You know what I'm saying? So get some, if you're gonna listen to them, just get a base concept of like gems. You know, just get like a bracelet, get like a bracelet for each arm. This is actually silver, believe it or not. This is about a 1/4 ounce of silver, 0.925. I actually got this one at Walmart, but I checked and made sure it was real at a reputable vendor. And then this here is real silver, 0.925, and I've got a coin with me as well. Yeah, I got a coin with me as well. And I don't know where it's not with me right now, but. And there's little stuff like garnet. This goes well with those lower tones. This one's real dabbles with this one's got a little bad blood to it. If you know what I mean. It puts off kind of a. This is one of the garnet was the one they wore you going to war back in the day. Like, it has to do with Martian energy. It's like a Martian stone. Really, bro? So yeah. So just do they work? You know what I'm saying? Straight up, do they work? Do they have any effect? Yes, they do. It's really strange, but they do. They totally do. It's a total thing. Like, I take them a lot of time to amplify stuff like this right around those frequencies just to see what I can do. What kind of hacks I can have to make things brighter for the environment, you know? So I listen to like most of my music on those tones, like any of the six from like 396 up to 963. I listen to those, you know, I play those. And ask a musician, if you ever meet a musician, like even if it's just some local country singer, or you're at a bar somewhere and there's some like somewhat popular musician comes in and plays, if you have a chance to talk to him, just spit at him and be like, what do you know about like harmonic tones on music? Like music played on harmonic tones. What do you know about that? You know, see what they say. Usually they'll look at you like, you want to talk to me. You want to wait till everyone leaves type of shit. And you can talk to me about that shit. Like, they're gonna have something for you usually. But most true musicians know something about different pitches of tonalities for their music, or things like silver, or different shit. You know, you see all kinds of musicians do all kinds of shit, weird shit, like different beliefs. I really can't tell. I don't know why. I'm trying to get to the bottom of why all these rappers wear so much gold, because I'm a believer that there's like a tune of the soul. So if you wear like you get enough of a charge, if you get enough of it on your body, and you wear it consistently, you get enough chains on. And this is just an old plated chain. The plating is probably off by now, but this is plated. But just wearing like stuff like chains like this kind of size, just having a bunch of bracelets, I think it bounces the left and right brains and has like there's like this clink action of the metals. Like, it does something very strange, but it has this really, bro, all day. Anyways, I guess I'm beefing. So, yeah, another movement which is similar, is vegetarian. So you got the crystal game, you got those tones, those pitches, you can find on YouTube. You got vegetarian or vegan. Those are huge. That takes those ugly meat sources and those disturbing factories where they don't treat the animals good, and gets their demand down, so they have less and less product, or something like that, if you know what I mean. Like less and less money to work with, less and less capital, less and less power, less and less people just buying like those kind of foods, you know? So it's a good day today. I'm feeling real good. Another one is just keeping your cardiovascular system upgraded. Another one is learning a little bit of a fighting style. Here's the reason why. Because there's respect to it. It's not as simple as learning how to kick someone's ass. There's respect in the game. You know, when you start learning, you sit there and shadow box all day and you got your stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? After a while, you think twice before you just go around trying to tell everyone that you know this and tell everyone that you're this and that. You know, You go, and then second of all, you think twice before you ever try to use those powers on someone. You want to pick someone who's like your opponent, you know? There's respect to the game. Also, this is good because just in case anything goes down, you can help out the fight, if you know what I mean. And we've got to have some concept of that. Does that make any sense? Just in case the machine pulls one over on us. You gotta be ready, bro. You gotta be ready. You gotta learn, you know what I'm saying? For you guys that are, I mean, I don't really have any guns, but for those of us that are former and ex-Marines, I mean, without those kind of guys, like I know like this type of media is the type of drama that would click and it would be like a negative association. See, I just slipped up and said the wrong thing there. So let's change the topic because those kind of images and media sources are not, it's something that is bought and sold. Like I'm like, insane, it'll be like sold like some Michael and Guns, you know, stuff like that. So it's more simple, like what, just little shock spikes and stuff. But that's what moves on to higher what we focus on for a while, you know. So let's change the topic. So yeah, I'm an idiot. I had gold for a bit there. I had enough to wear, and I freaking lost my job and sold it. I had my hands on some real gold. I paid almost $2,000 for it and sold it back and only got like $600. Like they made a bunch of money off me. They made like $1,000 back quick in value from me going back to that pawn shop and giving them their gold back. I wish I would have hung on to that. That was really stupid, but it was the things I would do to get high back then. I needed cash. That was about 2 years ago. Mostly just kratom and a little bit of this stuff, or like the gummies of this stuff, the HHC. It's just I've been smoking this stuff now for like days straight and waking up and hitting this thing and I just got a job and today back where I used to work, not the same place but a different location, not the one I just had, but a job that I used to have back in like 2019, 2020. That job. Mickey D's, bro. Mickey D's, bro. They're gonna put me on a little I'm gonna get an apartment and they're gonna figure something out for me with because, and I'm gonna get on my feet. We're gonna figure something out. That's gonna be dope. It's just I've been philosophizing and doing this whole thing and working with the tones and sucking the most value out of this situation here at where I live, this house. You know, it's just so it's getting fun, right? That's reality. And then another one is that, let's be honest, it's kind of negative, but the cannabis community, the people that are pro-cannabis, I mean, you know what it does for you. You know how you treat people better, and you think through things, and you're more bright, and you're more awake, and you're less docile and weak, and lower vibration. You're more of a higher spirit. It gets that gas in your lungs. You know, the moment that smoke, like that real, not some HHC vape, but more like a gas blunt. The ether gets in your lungs of that smoke, whatever the process is. It's that Mary Jane, and like you have one of those nights, like it's like a lucid dream. It brings you may go to sleep and wake up the next morning feeling kind of cranky because your REM sleep was weak, because it brought your REM cycle sleeping, that touch of DMT into your waking reality. And you cannot quite achieve those high doses of weed with this stuff. It only gets you, I mean, right now this is different because I've been hitting, these are like $20 a piece, right? That's kind of expensive, it's kind of cheap. So I pay about $25 with tax for one of these. and it's 2 grams. It'll last you about a day to 2 days if you're hardcore. If you hit it if you sesh every 10 minutes or whatever to keep it going throughout the day, then it's only gonna last you about a day, maybe a day and a half, because it's only got 2 grams of liquid in there. $25 with tax. That's something. If that's every 2 days, that's like $40, $60, $80, $100 in 5 days. You know what I'm saying? So something like that. You know what I mean? So yeah. Whereas now I can sit here and smoke it for a while before my eyes really get that glaze, you know? Like, I don't really look too stoned, do I? And it gets you a little bit of those, like, you know how, like, you can get almost out of body? You know what I'm saying? Like, higher doses of weed, you can get almost out of body. You're floating around there somewhere. Like, you're kind of, you may be, like, looking up at yourself like a giant, or kind of like you're around, like you're just stuck, like, right up in your own eyes as, like, a serpent, like a snake. You're too lit. Maybe you really have track of your root chakra in that experience, something like that. But you may be floating around there somewhere. You know, when you get like messed up on weed, you know what I'm saying? Let's say you're strong enough to get past the paranoia and all that stuff. Because I got my theories. I got my theories about the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something about, I could detect like game from like a mile away on the weed. Like if I pay attention, it's something I can detect, the kind of stuff that I normally can't see sober. I have some kind of concept of it, constantly doing this kind of spiritual stuff, but there's something about that weed that always got me. It would mix in, it would be the extra step, the extra tool for like this kind of stuff, and have these with me and charge up and get my silver, and you know what I'm saying, put my silver through channel it through, and where the weed is just that extra hit that gets me floating around my body somewhere, like out in space, projecting way different than how I normally project. You know what I'm saying? So this is real mild compared to weed, honestly. Unless you have a new tolerance, when you first try HHC, you'd be like, oh, it's like mid-grade, like diesel. It's like mid-grade. It's just something that has a little bit of THC. It's not much, but it's real cheap weed. It's like, it gets you high if you smoke enough, you know, but you really got to find a way to get messed up on it, though, if that makes any sense. On the flip side, just good old bags of just like Master Kush, Lemon Haze, all those different Gorilla, whatever, Blue Dream, whatever, like, or one of those special ones you get your hands on, like Is It Real and Blue Dream, and you know, and whatever Granddaddy Purple Haze or whatever, Purple Haze, Purple Dragon, whatever it was that I smoked that one time that was purple. It was dreamy. I had this little glaze. I was stuck doing the same motion over and over again. This constant time lapse. Like someone would come by and be like, hey, 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 and I would say the same thing. I was like stuck. And in my dreams, I was like, wow, this is like a whole nother dimension than what I'm used to. You know, even though I didn't quite have that, like my vision had changed. Everything took a little glaze over it. Like everything had this little sparkle, little shine. If I saw frost on the grass, it would look twice as bright. If I saw like dew, if I saw dew on the grass, it'd be like twice as bright. If I see like the moon, I'll space out and like, whoa, the moon, you know, versus like sober, I'm like, okay, so the moon, you know. You know what I'm saying? So the HHC gets old, but when you first do it, if you take the gummies, if you find like the gummies, the ones that are like 20, 30 milligrams a piece, if you take like at least 12 at a time, sometimes the most I've taken was like 17 at a time of the 30 milligrams gummies. That was fun. That was fun. It gets you to like a different space. You know what I'm saying? You start thinking different. You know, this touches on those receptors, like you feel it. But again, I can't remember. Like that's one thing about it, is you don't quite remember till you're there. That's what keeps you chasing it. That's why you always in the back of your mind are like, you might not be doing it every day. You might be a functional person, but you might be you might be working for the law, or you know, something like that. But you know what I'm saying? Or here's, you know, sitting around wasting your time and saying inappropriate things or something like that, or some some weirdo rambling, doing some Craigslist and pawning coins and you know what I'm saying, pawning coins and you know what I'm saying, and all that kind of stuff. So you know what I'm saying, I just like to practice a little bit of my cannabinoid rights. I will produce. So we got to get that charge. We got to get that charge somehow. You know what I'm saying? It's a new time right now. I'm feeling good, bro. Feeling real good off this uppers like coffee. Uppers like coffee. Oh my gosh. Stuck, bro, stuck. And then, of course, there's just the environment. There's also been other times where I was just around someone who was just negative as shit around on the weed, you know what I'm saying, and that ain't have a very good high. And if other times where the people are just trippy people, or we're just in a good environment, like we have the right music on, or the right environment, or we're kind of out in nature or around nature, something like that. And it's way funner that way. You know what I'm saying? So we get these like invisible clouds of doubt and haze, and you just want to take all that and just sort it out, just flow, just take everything and add the flower of life, add the dimension of the mathematics, the unspoken, just emanating, just putting out what you're putting off, what's your temple, what comes back to this eye, this iris, this eye in this thing every morning, every day, is creating a small chunk that I've been blessed with of reality. And I figured that out, so I'm gonna make it as heavenly as possible. That's why you see me into vegetarian diet. So my blood type is warmer. So when you cut me up, when you extract some blood, it's more like has more nutrients and vitamins, or however a blood specialist would look at it. It's like better blood than, it's a better blood type. You know what I'm saying? Like they probably wouldn't use much of my blood type if I went in and gave blood. I don't think I ever had before. Maybe one time. Shit, I don't recycle either. But I'm joking. Isn't that just fucking? It's not okay. I'm sorry. What? It's chin, bro. Chin gang. Chin gang. Chin, bro. Chin. Anyways. Like, what's the point of spending our time like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, we just get in these little hazes, and day to day you notice that. You might be like around where I'm at. I'll go outside, I'll take walks, so I move around, I do stuff sometimes. I'll go around, like I'll get around, kind of around, and I'm careful about where I'm going, but I can tell that there's an aspect of sleepiness, like people like not paying attention, like asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like not everyone, but I can kind of feel it out in the environment. Like just people are just like, there's shit that's just, I don't know, like they're looking at me like, haven't you been to jail type of shit? Aren't you not supposed to be here? Like at my house. Like they're looking like they've already pre-done that or something. Like they've got something else figured out. Like they're not on this movement. Does that make any sense? All right. Peace out, guys.